Hey everybody, welcome to the Jim Masters Show. My next guest, we are on that Little House on the Prairie theme. I tell you, so many of the stars from Little House on the Prairie, the beloved, legendary, iconic family drama on NBC, have been stopping by the Jim Masters Show, and we are excited. This is the first time that actress Jennifer Donati has been here on our program. She played young baby Rose. She was baby Rose Wilder on the series. And we're going to talk. There she with Melissa Gilbert, Laura Ingalls, and she's a part of the legendary series and the legendary family of stars from Little House on the Prairie. We have an exclusive conversation coming up here. We're going to catch up on all the wonderful things that she's been doing. She does other things, outside. She's got a whole life and career outside of television, of course. And Dean Butler and Allison Arngrim were with us recently. Karen Grassle as well. Charlotte Stewart. You can go back in the archives and you can see some of these amazing episodes with some of your friends from the iconic series Little House on the Prairie, which again has had such a resurgence recently. The fans love this series. They can't get enough. They go to all the big events that happen and they are in lines for hours and they are celebrating all the stars, all the memories of this iconic series. And all of the cast members, of course, Karen Grassle, Michael Landon, everybody through the years have really realized and appreciated what this series means to people, what it means to you if you're watching this episode right now, and how incredible the series is. It brings back nostalgia. It brings back a wonderful sort of innocent time in our lives. And they all get together at all these amazing events. This is from their 50th anniversary celebration. That's well over 50, like 52 years now, which is amazing. But our very special guest, she played a very pivotal role on the series there with the incomparable Michael Landon. With also somebody else too. If you didn't know, some of the way it works in television, Jennifer played baby Rose Wilder, daughter of Laura Ingalls Wilder and Almonzo. Of course, Melissa Gilbert was Laura, and our friend Dean Butler was Almonzo. She was in the 8th season of the series Little House on the Prairie. And together, she and her sister Sarah, her twin sister, played the role in both seasons 8 and 9. And while she left acting as a child, she makes frequent appearances at fan events and reunions, along with her television father, Dean Butler, who played Almonzo, as well as the rest of the cast of Little House on the Prairie. And as of 2020, has rejoined the entertainment industry as well. So, yeah, you remember her in that wonderful, there she is with their twin sister as well. But some really fabulous shots we have from over the years. And this is a great shot later, of course, with everybody there. You see Charlotte Stewart and Wendy Lou Lee, who've been guests on our show, and Allison Arngrim, and the whole group there, Dean Butler, everybody. And there is Jennifer right there, standing right next to Dean Butler, in between Dean and Allison. Really cool to have her here on our show. We're very honored to welcome Jennifer to our program, the Jim Masters Show. Jennifer, welcome to our show. It's a pleasure to have you here, my friend.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
It's kind of exciting, isn't it? And a little interesting, this resurgence, this love affair that people have had all these years with the series, but this newfound appreciation for everything Little House on the Prairie, right?
It's incredible. I left the show and we were out of contact with the cast, and nobody really talked about Little House. And in the last couple of years, it's incredible. The lines, the number of people who will keep coming to every event they can, and wait hours and hours to meet the cast. I never thought as a kid growing up that this would ever come back.
They do wait in hours to see all of you. And what are some of the things that you hear from the fans? They probably remember everything you guys wore and all the sets, and they can hum the David Rose composed theme song from Little House on the Prairie. They know all the dialogue, and it's an unusual but fantastic experience. What are some of the things they express to you when you meet them?
The most incredible stories is where they were in life when they were watching these shows. The incredible parts of their life that it got them through, surviving car accidents, cancer, alcoholism. Um, there was one woman I'll never forget who had an autistic son who measured time by Little House episodes. Whenever they were going somewhere, he wanted to know, well, how many little houses? Oh, it's 2 little houses, 3 little houses. And that's how he structured himself to understand what was going on.
That's amazing. A lot of people, right? They have their own connections, their own reasons for watching the series all these years. And there were so many inspired moments and teachable moments on the series as well. And what's really great, something that Dean had said, who played your father on the series as Almonzo, when he was on the other night with Allison Arngrim, who of course was Nellie Olson, and fabulous people off camera as well. A lot of fun. He said one of the things that you guys love about when you are getting together at these fan fests and these Little House on the Prairie events is the fact that they get a chance to see the real people, and you are all just as people would hope, and you strive so much, all of you involved with these events and with everything Little House on the Prairie, to deliver an experience where people aren't disappointed, where they feel even more connected to the series, and that they get to see that the people that they admire and they respect and they love from this iconic television series actually are nice, and they're friendly, and they're warm, and they're fun, and they're real people, and they care about the series, and that they care about them. That's something that Dean said is really paramount, especially with the fan events, and that the fans really love that. And when they see you, and they remember you from Baby Rose Wilder, they're so excited too, but they're bowled over. They're sometimes probably emotional. But they're so happy because they see you, and you're approachable, and you're warm, and you're fun, and you really, respond to them and appreciate what they have in terms of this real bond with the series, right?
Right. Um, it's crazy because it's not an act either. Like the cast, this is the people you meet. That's how they are in real life, and we are like a little family, and the love is real, and the personalities are real, and everybody is so happy to be able to provide this to the fans. We're just amazed the fans still want to come do this. It's really a great combination.
How did the opportunity come your way for you and your twin sister to actually be a part of the series Little House on the Prairie? Had you been doing commercials or other things leading up to it? How did that happen for you? Because once you're on there, you're now tied to this iconic series forever, which is amazing. You're in the annals of television history.
Right. It was being born at the right time. My mom had twins. She was friends with someone who worked at one of the casting agencies, and talked her into, the studios love twins. They always need them. Maybe it'd be fun to go do a commercial or something. But our very first call was to go meet Michael. And my mom had no intentions of doing this at all. But no one says no to Michael. So we went ahead with the show.
And what are some of the memories that your mom told you about, that meeting with Michael Landon on a series that was, going along beautifully, highly rated, well received, beloved, and now here's an opportunity for you guys to be a part of something so special as Little House on the Prairie. Any of the stories that she remembers of what that meeting time was like? Did they scoop you guys up right away and say, grab those two quick, we want them on the show?
Well, when I met Michael for the first time, we were only 5 weeks old. I was only 5 pounds when I was born, so I was very tiny. And Rose had to be presented as a brand new baby. So at 5 pounds, I think he liked that. And then my dad says that while Michael was holding me, I grabbed a hold of his pinky and just barely went to the first little knuckle, and he fell in love and decided that this was going to be baby Rose.
And how did they, from what you know, obviously, you weren't necessarily involved in dialogue that
Right.
was some of the intense stuff the adults were, but what was the vision for baby Rose? How did they, do you know how they envisioned what the dream Michael and the
Oh,
rest had for that character?
I don't know. Me and Wendy often joke that we were little more than props on the show. And I think even in her very younger days, she actually was listed as under the props. I don't know how much vision there was for especially Rose at the very end there. That's a good question. I don't know.
Did it lead to other work within the industry post Little House on the Prairie for you or your sister? And was it something that, as time marched on, you wanted to be a part of? There's a lot of people you were infants, but child stars, and we talked about it with some of the other gang too. Everybody turned out, well from the series, which is great. Everybody has ups and downs and things that happen in life, but was it something that you wanted to pursue after Little House on the Prairie's experience?
Not really. It's funny. I think back in high school, and I was terrified of being stuck in drama class or having to get up in front of anybody and do anything. That has faded as I've gotten older, and more experienced just public speaking. And then now this, it's not as scary as it once was. But no, I never had any desire to go back. My mom never, she never looked back. Like, that was fun. But that was never something that she was interested in doing.
How about your sister?
So, well, my sister, she passed away when we
I
were
know.
9.
I
Uh,
know.
she, out of the two of us, might have been the one to do something. She was a little bit more
The,
outgoing,
the
outspoken.
spunky personality,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
she may have done something.
When you think about it, it's a beautiful thing with your sister being in there because it's a connection that you'll always still have with her, with your sisters. You love each other, you're in the house, your kids, you're playing, you're having fun. But when the series comes on and she's on it or you're on it, there's this bond that will always be there that transcends anything else, which is something that's only between the two of you, which is so beautiful, isn't it? You both were a part of the series together in that very special way.
Right. And in the 80s, there wasn't a lot of like home videos going on. So it is nice that I still have that. I can watch her there, though we were very little. It is interesting to go back and watch because we're not acting, we're just being babies.
Right.
We're just
Exactly
there.
right. Right. You're not right. You're just doing you exactly. And was there always contact, with the cast over the years, or did everybody go into different directions and the lives that they have, and then these situations like the 50th anniversary of Little House on the Prairie, and then all of these events bring people together, or did you guys sort of stay in touch a little bit here and there over the years, catch up on each other's lives and families?
I think a lot of the cast did stay in contact with each other, but We left at the end of season 9, but before the 2 movies that they did. And my mom never looked back. We never stayed in contact with anybody. Dean Butler actually forgot that there was another set of twins. And I didn't see them again until a few years ago. They came to Bakersfield and did a Comic-Con where I live. And my husband said, you know, if you want to go meet them, this is probably your only chance. So we ran over there, and that was the first time I saw them. And they didn't even know I was missing. They forgot that there was another set of twins.
Where the twins? Where did the twins go? Right?
How many kids did it take to do Baby Rose?
Your friends, your family, and as you were, you know, growing up, then a teenager, and then in their 20s and beyond, when did people in your life, of course the family knows, but when did others know that that was you on that series? And what was that experience like when people started to, you know, friends, people in school, others realized that you're actually in this show?
I was really, really quiet about it. You know, my closest friends knew, the family knew, it was always discussed. And then one day I decided to Google myself, and it came up with the other twins, and there was zero mention of me, and I got horrified. And so I stopped telling people about it, because God forbid somebody Googles it and there's absolutely nothing there showing that it was me. So until I met the cast and did all of this, I didn't tell anybody about it.
So when they started finding out, what was that like?
I get it all the time, and it's fun for me. I get a little giggle out of it. I work in construction with mostly men, and so I'll be working with, you know, these grumpy men, and then all of a sudden they find out that I was Baby Rose, and they just turn into little kids. They're just beaming with smiles and so excited, and you know, it's not something they usually tell their coworkers, that they watched Little House on the Prairie when they were little, but they're not afraid to admit it once they realize who I am.
That is so cool. That really is, Jennifer. When you had the opportunity to then start to be a part of these amazing events and to, you know, sort of reconnect with the gang, the crew, all of the people a part of the series, what was that like? Was it almost like you were, you know, I mean, again, you were kids, you were infants, but it's just the feeling that was created on set, that familial feeling. Did it feel like you were amongst family and friends once again?
Pretty quick. One of the first people I met was Rachel and Robin, and Rachel's husband, after we chatted a little bit, just looked at me and he's all, "Welcome to the family." And I didn't really realize what that meant, but he really was welcoming me into the family. It just keeps growing. I keep meeting more and more people from the show, and everyone's the same. Everyone's welcoming and excited, and don't really care that I was just the baby. I'm still a part of the family, and I never thought that that would happen.
Right? That's just one of those things that is part of the actual process for you now that you have been out and about and attending all these different events centered around the celebration of Little House on the Prairie. What has that been like for you? Like, are people coming up to you and now they're, you know, before when you were Baby Rose Wilder on the series, you and your sister, you couldn't sign autographs, you couldn't write, you couldn't take photos, you couldn't do any of that. But now you can, and you do. Is that an interesting experience when people are coming up and they want the autograph, the photo, they want to talk to you, they feel connected with you?
It's the strangest thing I think I've ever experienced in my life. When I first started doing these, I was terrified. People are walking up to the table shaking, and I'm like, "Why are you scared?" Like, I'm terrified right now. And people want to pay for my autograph. Like, what is that? I remember calling Wendy, asking her, like, "How do I do an autograph? Is it just like how you sign a check, or did you make something fancy for this?" Like, It is a bizarre shift in reality for sure.
It really is, right? And now they want to know more about you and what you're doing. And you mentioned that you work in construction. Tell us about some of the experiences, obviously post being a child on Little House on the Prairie. Have you always been in construction? What are some of the other things that you've done in your life that you enjoy, Jennifer?
Oh my gosh, I've done all kinds of things. I worked in servicing student loans for a little while and then moved over to collection of student loans for another 8 years. That I've worked in scrap yards, I've worked in restaurants, um, serving, washing dishes. I've tried a little bit of everything.
Has there been an interest to go back into entertainment, into television, to now that you're sort of being reacquainted and reconnected with everything? Is there this burning and yearning desire to maybe step back in a little bit and do some on camera things and commercials or any another series or anything?
There is that curiosity. I don't know that it's something that I would chase down and quit my day job to go pursue. Um, but because I always like doing new things, different things, I think I couldn't say no if it presented itself to me. Um, so there's curiosity then.
Uh, when how do you find time to even do the events because you're so busy with the full-time work that you have? Do you have to work around, take time off? How's that work for you?
I do. And I just started a new job, so it's a little different now. But while we were doing those tours, I had a wonderful foreman that I was working for. He was a fan. I had met him and his brother years ago. They really encouraged me to do it, and they worked around the schedule. And I was going almost every other weekend, having to take a Friday off and Monday off, and they made it work. And if it wasn't for them, I probably would not have gotten to participate the way I did.
What do you think it is about the series Little House on the Prairie that keeps people wanting more? Why they want to meet you guys at these events? Why they can't get enough of the series and even all the merchandise wrapped around the series and anything that has to do with Little House on the Prairie? There's super fans who have been with it since day one, who again can recite dialogue and remember scenes and shots and locations. And then the newer generations, the younger generations too, who are seeing it re-aired and reruns on television and the nostalgic networks too, that are discovering this, iconic series. What do you think it is? What do you think the magic is from your perspective about Little House on the Prairie?
I think it's the time of their life when it comes in. Um, Many people started watching as children, and those shows, anything we were doing as kids is going to stick with us even as adults. People who are going through particularly hard times in their life when this show came about, they will bond with it, and it becomes their comfort show, and they'll keep leaning back on that as kind of a safe place for them.
What is it like for you when it comes on and you see it? Is there a certain tingling that happens, a certain reaction when you hear that theme, and then all of a sudden, and it's an episode you're in?
It's yes, there is a feeling with that. It's I feel like I've been just given this gift. Had nobody told me that I was on this show, I would have never known. I just inherited it. I don't remember it. I didn't do anything to get it. But this just wonderful gift that's here. It doesn't always feel real. Um, but I love it. I am so happy that this is a part of my life.
And it is, and it will be for forever, because again, it's you're in the annals of broadcast and television and entertainment history. Do you have is there an episode or two that are your personal favorites, Jennifer?
Um, I think one of my favorites, I don't know if it's my favorite, I just find it the most ridiculous episode, where I tried to burn the house down. But when you like look back at all the things that happened in this episode, it's like, how did we even get to this point? With Blanche, and was it Wild Bill that Mr. Edwards found in the forest and brought this orangutan home, and then I don't even know where Ma and Pa were, but why was Jenny babysitting me and then left me alone with the orangutan, and then somehow the spoon's under the lantern and the kitchen's on fire. I'm like, what is happening?
That's once you bring an orangutan in, all bets are off, right?
And think that was okay.
Everything sort of changes from there. You have a special somebody that's sitting there on the left, beautiful white pooch there. Who's that?
That's Shay. That's my pit bull. She's snoozing.
He's looking. He's got looks like one eye open, huh?
Oh, she's got a little gray mark right over her eye.
Listening, right? That's fantastic. What are some other things that you like to do that people would love to know? Do you like to do traveling? Do you like to swim, cycling? Do you stay active?
Well, my work keeps me pretty active most of the time. I enjoy reading. I do enjoy traveling, and it's amazing because Little House lets me do that. What else do I do? I garden. I have a garden. I was actually this morning getting ready to build a greenhouse in the backyard. Let me see how that goes.
Oh, that's cool, huh? Yeah, that's great. That's very therapeutic, gardening and things of that nature, you know? What's cool too is, just for anybody listening, during the pandemic, a lot of people had, if you notice in a lot of the videos, they had, and TV interviews, news interviews, they always had this big bookshelf behind them. You always wondered, did they really read those books, or is that a green screen or something? That's the real thing back there, huh?
That is, yes, that is real. I haven't read every single one of them, but
what do you like to read? What kind of material is what you like to read, Jennifer?
I just discovered a new series for those who watch Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
One of the actors, Armin Shimmerman, is a writer, and I never knew that. And he likes to write about the Elizabethan.
Oh, Elizabethan time. Yes.
Yes. And so he's written several books about, Queen Elizabeth and John Dee and young William Shakespeare. And he I don't know how much, it's a historical fiction, so I don't know how much of it is actually true. But he's filled in the blanks beautifully. So I've been kind of on that kick lately.
That's fantastic. What's really exciting is that event that's coming up in California. And when Allison and Dean were on, they were talking about all of you that are going to be there. It's like a big family reunion because it's on the grounds of a place where a lot of the filming happened. And all of these folks from Little House on the Prairie are actually going to be there. There's Karen, of course, who played Ma, and there's Allison and everybody, and you're going to be there as well. And Victor and Tracy French, Ketty Lester, Charlotte Stewart, Dean Butler. It's going to be like a real, like a family reunion, isn't it? Huh? It's going to be something special.
It is, even though we've all had things going on this past year. We haven't had a lot where all of us were there. So this is going to be our first big, well, I think this might be our third one for the year where all of us got together versus the like 18 we did last year.
Right. There was a lot of them. Yeah. You guys were all over the map. And Allison is something else, isn't she? She's just all in with everything. She's sort of like, the Queen Mary. We're just really running and organizing and just representing in such an incredible way. She's a real hoot, isn't she?
I can't believe she has the energy she does. She is nonstop. I think she just got back from France, and she's already probably been on a couple of trips since she's been back. She is every single weekend. She is going somewhere. She is a busy bee, and she's part of the production team for this event, which is amazing.
Exactly right. They decided to sort of create it and take it under their own wings so they don't have to deal with any other folks who,
Yeah.
might not be as attentive maybe, and they're really on top of it.
Yes. They're very, very particular about how they're going to do shows going forward. We don't want anyone, standing with thousands of other people and there's absolutely no way they're ever going to get in, but they spend all this money to get there. We don't ever want to have what happened in like Connecticut to happen again. And the only way we could really ensure that is to bring it in-house and do it ourselves.
It was really amazing because the lines of people, I got a chance because I've been to them. The lines of people and talking to the people too, because I went and wanted to surprise everybody, and people flying in from Chicago and driving up from Virginia. I mean, really booking hotel rooms and going all out because they want to meet all of you and connect with all of you and see what you're doing in your lives now. And it's amazing. I said to Dean and Allison the other night, I said, this fanfare for Little House on the Prairie is rivaling, I think, when the Beatles came over in the 60s.
Well,
The lines and the lines.
Yes. Some of these are at the Simi Valley event, there was like 18,000 people. I mean, what?
It's amazing. Yeah. It's really cool too that, the time is being spent because so many shows now are celebrating these iconic, 60th anniversary of Bewitched and just all these shows that are celebrating these it's really hard to stop and think that a show like Little House on the Prairie was over 50 years ago, and Twilight Zone, over 60 years, and Rod Serling would be 100, and Johnny Carson would be 100, and then June Lockhart. We did a wonderful special tribute to June Lockhart. That June Lockhart was 100, and Lost in Space celebrating, all of its iconic anniversary events too. It's amazing, isn't it? The time just flew.
It does. And I think that's probably the biggest response I get from people that I meet, because I was a baby and Dean looks, very much like he did. Everyone pretty much, they're recognizable. They know who they are. And they look at me and they're just like, oh my God, that was so long ago, because you're full grown. I have grandchildren by my husband. So
yes, right. Right. And they see you as the baby, and sometimes they want to sort of keep you as the baby. Yeah. Oh, it's the baby. And can I pinch the cheeks? And like,
somebody
that
asked
will
me
cost an extra 50.
Yeah, right. That's extra.
That's extra. So then the family, kids, grandkids, when they know that you're on there and you've been on with your sister on Little House on the Prairie, what's their reaction? What's, the kids, the grandkids, what's their reaction been over the years?
They're, I think because they grew up knowing about it, it's nothing that special for them. My daughter, she likes to come to the events with me, and she's friends with many of the cast members, but I think it's kind of just normal to them. They've always known, so there was no big surprise.
You're always mom, right? You're still mom.
Still mom.
They had to clean up their rooms. They had to do the things that had to be done, right? Yeah. Do the homework and anybody else aside from you and your sister at the time that went into the industry, have been in the industry, have any dabblings in the entertainment world?
Kind of. I know my aunt, my mom's sister, did a lot of theater in LA. My stepdad did lighting, um, and he was on Murder She Wrote and NCIS, but mostly that kind of thing. Nothing, no famous actors.
What's it like working in construction for you? What's a day, were you working on office towers, residential, corporate? What's some of that work like for you?
So I'm a heavy equipment operator, so I'm usually out in a field somewhere. Right now, I'm working on they're building solar farms out in Mojave Desert. So I am I'm working with the electricians, so I'm helping put the cable into the trenches, pulling it through conduit, and moving things around for them as needed.
That's cool stuff. How long have you been doing that work?
I got in it in 2018. So however many years that is now. I don't know, where are we? 2025? It just keeps flying by.
It's all becomes like and there's been so much craziness and stuff going on in our world that it's just all a tremendous blur on so many different levels.
Yes, it is.
I want to let folks know too about the this wonderful event that is happening there in California, which is something quite special, and everybody's all excited about it. If you've ever been to one of the Little House on the Prairie events, this is happening at Simi Valley, and there it is, Little House on the Prairie. It's a cast reunion, celebrating also the holidays too, and the historical park where it's happening is really a fantastic place. It's coming up the 12th through the 14th in Simi Valley, California. And what's great about it, look at your screen, folks. These are the folks that are going to be there, including our very special guests on this episode of the Jim Masters Show, Jennifer Donati. And there's also opportunities for you to get tickets too, which we've been showing with the guests who've been on our series here from Little House on the Prairie. And it's going to be absolutely amazing because they're going to gather all of your friends from Little House on the Prairie will be there for a special holiday cast reunion. It's going to be at the Strathian Historical Park, which is organized by Prairie League Productions. 3-day event featuring cast meet and greets with the faces you see there, autograph sessions, holiday photo opportunities, screenings of classic episodes, and the documentary Little House Homecoming. Family activities also will include tree trimming and caroling, visits with Santa Claus, along with tours of the historic buildings. VIP ticket holders will enjoy priority access, gifts, exclusive events, such as the Friday holiday party and Sunday breakfast with the cast as well. And Simi Valley really does have this unique place in Little House on the Prairie's history, right? From 1974 to 1983. The series was filmed at Big Sky Movie Ranch in the hills of Simi Valley, where the landscape became the iconic backdrop for the Ingalls family story and more. And it really is a very special place, isn't it, Jennifer? If you've been there a couple of other times before, other events, but have had an opportunity to go back.
Yeah, no, we went a couple years ago for a little event. I think we were promoting the Simi Valley event. Very cool little place. We didn't quite get to see everything, but I'm really excited to go back. I think everyone's going to have a really good time.
That's where they did the filming for most of the shots for Little House on the Prairie that you know so well. In addition to getting together with all of the cast and folks involved with this iconic series, what are some other things that you're doing that maybe you're excited about that are coming up in your life as well, Jennifer?
Oh my gosh. I don't know what I can share right now. For me right now, I'm just going to work. I'm hoping there's some bigger things coming down the road with Little House. I know that they're getting things put together for next year, but nothing's ready just yet.
There are things brewing and bubbling, folks. What a tease that was she gave everybody, right? Just of a tease. There are things that are happening. Stay tuned, as we say in this industry. Stay tuned. Film
Yes.
at 11, bulletins at once. Right? And that's cool. That's exciting that there are other things, coming up on the horizon too that may be coming your way, which I think is really, really fantastic. That's great, huh?
Yeah.
Who would have thought, right? All these years later, like this.
Never would have thought. Never, never would have thought. But I'm so glad I was wrong.
Right. Which is, yeah, it's amazing. And it's really great, when you have an opportunity to share these stories like this. Because again, as others have said, people really are craving a more simpler time and a more, innocent time, a time where maybe people aren't always arguing and yelling, and there's so much divisive rhetoric going on, where you can just enjoy each other's company and sit back and not have to worry about making heavy duty decisions, and just enjoy the nostalgia. There is something really about the series itself for so many super fans that really feel this connection to it, and it's a beautiful thing, right? We need more of that.
I agree. I agree. Well, they're working on it. I guess they're making the new Little House on Netflix, so they're gonna.
Yeah, I was asking some of the other folks about it. That's kind of a cool sort of situation, huh?
Yeah, curious to see how that turns out, and hopefully for them, it's just as successful as the first one.
As Little House in the Prairie as well, right? Exactly. So you're in a sweet spot. Jennifer's doing well, the family's well, you're working hard, and you're in touch, you're plugged in with the Little House in the Prairie family and part of the family, and everybody's all reconnected and re-energized and going to all these great events and celebrating. And again, this is coming up in December. I'll tell you more about it again in just a second. Um, it's quite special, isn't it?
I think it's amazing. I'm so glad that I get to be involved in it. I say it all the time. I was just the baby. I was only there for the last like year and a half. Um, I don't even remember doing it, but they keep letting me stay involved and bringing me in. So I'm so grateful for that.
What are some of those blessings and joys that are in your life today that sort of fill your cup? This is exciting being a part of the Little House in the Prairie resurgence of fanfare. But for you, what are some of the joys in your life and blessings that you have that keep you happy and content?
Oh, all of it. I mean, Little House is a big part of it, but just having a job that I enjoy, um, having a home and my family, and everyone's healthy right now, and everything's going the way it should be. My life has not always gone that way, so I am thoroughly enjoying this time of peace.
That's beautiful, Jennifer. What are some of your, separate from Little House in the Prairie, of course, what are some of your favorite TV shows of all time?
I okay, so mine is Star Trek. Um, I can relate to the Little House fans because I feel the same way about Star Trek. That's what I grew up watching. That's my comfort show. That's what's running in the background all the time at my house.
Did you ever get a chance to meet any of the folks from Star Trek? I know they filmed over at Desilu Studios. Yeah.
I recently got to meet Armin Shimmerman.
Oh, wow.
That was really neat. Through a friend of mine, um, they do theater in the same theater, and he needed some work done at his house, and I went to help repair a panel in one of his rooms. Um, so I've got to meet him a few times, and that's how I started reading his books. I went and saw one of his plays, and he's very much like the Little House people, like such an amazing person, um, charming and soft spoken, and just one of the nicest people I've met. Um, and then I went to a little science, women of science thing, and there was a few people there, and did a little meet and greet. And that was weird being on the other side of the table.
It is, isn't it? A little bit. Do you like to write? Is it something you like to do, right?
I do like to write. I wrote a book telling my whole story of
Right.
being on Little House, and then my sister, um, and then meeting the cast again, and how all that happened. And um, I always wanted to write a book. I just never knew who would want to read it until I started doing this with Little House, and a lot of people wanted to read it, so that worked out well.
And what was that writing process like for you? Was it cathartic, therapeutic, sharing the stories?
Yes. When I first started, I wanted to write the book because I kept being asked the same questions over and over again. And I was like, I should really just, write this out clearly so everybody knows the whole story. But the deeper I got into it, the more stories I told. It cleared a lot of the cobwebs out of the closet. Things I had forgotten, things I had forgotten the feelings of. So for me, I recommend to anyone, write a book, write your story, whether you publish it or not. The clarity you get from doing it is amazing.
That's what everybody has said too, and all the ones that have written the books, and there's several from Little House on the Prairie that have done that. This is yours here, right?
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, it's a great cover. How'd you come up with the idea for the cover?
I made that myself.
You did.
There's a website called CoverJig, and you can create for $50. You can create your own cover. So that's that. I came up with 4 or 5 of them, and I sent them to some friends and had everybody vote on them. And this is the one that they like the most.
Now, if somebody hasn't had a chance to read the book yet, and I know a lot of people do have it in their collection, but if they haven't, um, what are some of the little nuggets in there that people were really, we don't want to give the
Oh,
book away. They can go to Amazon. It's on Amazon and everywhere where books are sold, right?
yes. The story that everyone seems to like the most, it does tell the story about how I reunited with the cast and how that conversation went. It almost went off the rails, and we all recovered nicely and everything was fine, but it's a funny story. I think you'll enjoy the reactions from especially Dean Butler, um, who swears that I walked up to him and said that I was his daughter, and he had a little heart attack for a second, and then realized that's not what I meant. Um,
That's why it's more than just the prairie.
it is more than just the prairie.
You got the prairie, and then there's the story behind the prairie.
Oh,
Exactly, right?
yes. Yes.
What did it feel like when you finished the book and you had it published and you got it out there, being a published author? It is a very special feeling.
At first, amazement that I finished something and that it was done completely, because I have a terrible habit of starting and not finishing. And then just terror, because what is everyone going to think about my story? What are they going to think about my writing? What are they going to think about what happened in my life? That was scary, but so far everybody has enjoyed it. I haven't got too many bad reviews, so that's good.
Well, congratulations on it too. And again, it's where, books are available. Check that out, More Than Just the Prairie, which is amazing. So, yep, you and your sister, again, Sarah, really made your mark on television history. And again, to be able to sort of relive some of the experiences, even now with the gang, as they're all grown up now. Everybody is grown up. Laura, Nellie, you, even though people want to come up and wait a minute.
Right.
There she is now.
I don't get recognized often.
And I guess sometimes there's a plus to that, right? Sometimes that could be,
I would imagine.
if you're in the supermarket and you just want to shop and get bread and milk and whatever, you don't.
And I've been out with Allison when she does get recognized, and it happens frequently. Pretty much anywhere she goes. So
She
I can
said
sneak
that.
out.
Yeah. The stories that have happened, people are surprised that she's really nice and she's funny
Yeah.
because they remember her from being Nellie Olson, and who wasn't so sweet. And
Yeah, right.
they'll pause. One time she said there was I don't know, something with a teacher or something. The story, and they was told, oh no, you don't want to go meet her. She's not nice. She's not.
No.
Don't do anything with her. And then it turned out that she is very nice and she's very funny. And they were recent guests here on the Jim Masters show as well, Allison and Dean and Karen as well, who played Ma, and Ketty Lester, who, of course, what a brilliant actress she is. Ketty Lester has been in everything. She
The
really
life
is.
she has lived and the
Yeah,
things she has done. Oh my goodness. If you haven't read her book, that's
right.
that's good.
That's what Dean was saying. Basically, everybody on the series has a book, or they're writing a book. And they were even talking about, guys, there's a cookbook that may be coming out, because when Allison was on, she was talking about cooking and food and stuff like that, because some of that was being done during, on camera during the pandemic. And this recipe for the cinnamon chicken
Oh yeah.
sounded, you've heard about it? Yeah. And I heard it's like really good. And then I said, what do you serve it with? She says, we do the green beans and the mashed potatoes. And I'm like, oh, the Irish in me loves those mashed potatoes. And how do you do it? And, we started talking about food. Do you like to cook, Jennifer?
I do like to cook when I have time. A lot of times during the week, I'm so tired by the time I get home that
It's a very physically demanding job you've got. Yeah.
yeah, I work about an hour away. We work 10 hours a day, so it's a long day by the time I get home. So we're eating crock pot stuff.
Yeah. Right. Put it in early, go to work, come back. It's all ready to go. Serve it up. Do you have a specialty?
For the crock pot or just in general?
Or in general, like Jennifer's known for this. She really makes this dish she makes. Or even if you're baking something, people love whatever this is from you.
Oh geez. I don't know if I have a special.
I make a good meatloaf.
Really, and I don't make it very often. I love it and the family loves it, but I almost never make it. Our go-to is probably just steak and vegetables. Kind of boring. But it's easy and it's fast and everybody likes it.
Exactly right. We were talking with some of the others, since this is happening, this event at Simi Valley during the holiday season, which is really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking a little bit about some of their holiday traditions and things that they do for Thanksgiving and for Christmas and the holidays. What are some of the traditions for you and for your family for the holiday time, and things you remember even from childhood?
Well, for me, I was born on Thanksgiving. So whether my birthday falls on Thanksgiving or not, that's generally when my birthday is celebrated. So for us, that's our tradition. The families already get together. There's already a lot of food. So for Thanksgiving, that's what we do.
Do you have a gift from childhood that you remember that was one of your favorite gifts? Like, I remember that toy, or that, I wish I still had that thing.
Oh.
I had the Lost in Space robot, and my sister had the Mrs. Beasley doll from Family Affair.
Oh my gosh. We were kind of poor when growing up. So I remember, like, the big thing I remember is getting a radio, a stereo, like a little boombox for Christmas, and that being a really big deal. And then one year we got a Super Nintendo. That was pretty big.
Yeah, that was a big upgrade, right?
Yeah.
That is cool. Yeah, the spirographs, the light brights. I mean, all these things. Boy,
have you seen the new light bright?
No, there is a new one. My sister had that. I had the spirograph. She had the light bright.
They had it at Costco, and it's just lights that turn on. Like, there's no more little.
Oh, you don't plug in and create it yourself?
No.
Wow, everything is just done for you now. No creativity where you would take it and build it yourself, right? That was the best. I mean, we used to do that. We used to build forts in the trees and stuff, and they would call us in at dinner time. That's the time to come in. And it was funny because everybody on our street, like my name is James, but I use Jim, but when you're a kid, it's Jimmy.
Jim.
So like everybody on the street was like, I was Jimmy, and then there was Tommy and Bobby and Greggy, and Peter was Petey, and Steven was Stevie, and um, Charles was Charlie. It was during the time where everybody was either ending with a Y or an IE for their name. It was really cool. Keith was Kiki. And then there was Agnes, and Agnes said to us, I don't want to be called Agnes. And we were like, okay, Agnes, what do you want to? She says, I want to be Aggie. So Agnes became Aggie. And it was just cool. It's just of that time,
It is. I remember they tried to call me Jenny a lot.
Jenny, right? Yep.
It just never felt right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Jenny. Right. Exactly. Well, Jennifer, you're the best. Really, congratulations on everything. And you'll be at that Simi Valley event in California. It's going to be terrific. A lot of the fan favorites from Little House on the Prairie will be there. There's how you can get your tickets, folks. There's also Little House on the Prairie cast reunion. That's what this is. And of course, you can go to the Little House on the Prairie site direct. But get your tickets. Everything sells out quick when it comes to Little House on the Prairie and all these fabulous folks. And again, if you remember Baby Rose Wilder, well, guess what? She's going to be there. She won't be in a crib. She won't be in a bassinet. And she won't have a binky or what are those things? A pacifier. She won't.
Binky.
Yeah, a binky, right. She won't have a binky, but she will be there and to greet and say hello, and you can share your memories of this iconic series, Little House on the Prairie, over 50 years ago and still going strong. Jennifer, thanks so much for taking time. I know it's busy for you, just getting from work and all, and you just got in from work, or you have to go in?
I actually took today off, and then it got canceled anyway, so it worked out perfectly.
Oh, that's right. You took today off just to be on the Jim Masters show.
Well,
Huh? You are amazing. Wow. That means you're a levity. See, we said during the pandemic that the show has a lot of light, love, and levity, which sort of kind of ties into the whole Little House on the Prairie theme. And one time I said it a little too fast, talking East Coast fast. And I said the show has a lot of light levity. And I was like, levity, what's that? And the audience jumped on it. And the audience said, you're now Mr. Levity. This is Levity Hall. We're your Levity squad. And the guests are now Levities. So you're a Jim Master Show Levity. Pretty cool, huh?
Thank you so much. I am so glad to be here.
It's love and levity together, something we all need in our world. Jennifer, thanks for the time, and continued blessings to you, the family, best of the holidays coming up, and of course the event. And I hope to see you soon as well down the line. The porch light is on for you. I say it to all the guests. You are welcome back here at the Jim Master Show anytime if you just want to stop by. If you do have that good meatloaf recipe you want to share, like Allison did with the cinnamon chicken, just stop by. Let us know. You're welcome here anytime. And I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I absolutely have with you, Jennifer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
The pleasure is all mine. You keep well, and we'll chat again soon. And again, enjoy the events, and thanks for all of your time. It was a blast.
Thank you so much.
You be well. You take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Jennifer Donati here on the Jim Masters Show as we continue to celebrate Little House on the Prairie, over 50 years. It's so hard to believe with some of your favorites. And yes, she was Baby Rose Wilder. She was the daughter of Laura Ingalls and Almonzo. Laura played by Melissa Gilbert, and Almonzo played by Dean Butler. Dean, again, has been a guest on our show several times, and he was just on recently. He was on with the wonderful Allison Arngrim, who played Nellie Olson. And now they've both been here individually several times as well. And then this was the first time they were on together, which was amazing. And Karen, of course, who played Carolyn Ingalls, the mother, Ma, and Kenny Lester coming, and so many others. We thank Jennifer joining us here. Jennifer's terrific. And now you got a chance to see her, hear from her. Maybe you haven't seen her since she was playing the role of baby Rose Wilder with her sister Sarah. And she had mentioned Sarah passed at the early age of 9. And, but, she's with her and with everybody in spirit, and will always be seen in the series, in the re-airs, and all the love that continues for the series. There again, there's Jennifer with so much of the cast. Little House on the Prairie, celebrating it here on the Jim Masters Show. The memories, the cast, having several of the cast members here on the show. They all get together for the 50th anniversary events, and now something like 52 years, which is really, it's quite special, huh? And again, they're going to be at this big event. Now, if you're watching this a year from now or 6 months or past when this event is, well, you enjoyed a great episode of our show with a terrific guest. But if you do get a chance to go to this event or any of the events that Little House on the Prairie has, people do go they come from miles around. They really, really love it. So if you are a super fan of Little House on the Prairie, or you just love classic TV shows, or you love entertainment, or you like good conversations, you like celebrity guests, or whatever the case may be, it's good to have you with us. I invite you right there below, drop a comment, share with us some memories of Little House on the Prairie. What's your favorite episode? Do you remember her as Baby Rose and her sister Sarah as Baby Rose Wilder on the series? Have you kept up with Jennifer Donati? Was this the first time you've seen her since the series? Maybe. I was wondering what are some of the things she's doing in her life. She's working in construction. She's got kids. She's a grandmother herself. She likes to travel. She reads a lot of books. You saw that big bookshelf behind her. She's got a nice, quiet life. And she's now embracing the Little House on the Prairie legend and experience, and going with the rest of the cast to these events, which is something pretty cool. So drop a comment below in the comment section. When you comment, we get to see that, we interact. Also, check out our community tab. There's a community tab section on our YouTube channel, and we've been interacting directly with our fans of JMS, and I do as well. So you can see our community tab, which is on the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel that you're watching right now. That helps us. There's no cost for that. It's free. You're a part of the family here at the Jim Masters Show. The channel is Jim Masters TV. Give it a like. This episode, all the episodes you like, give it a thumbs up, like, share the episode on your social media, and leave a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel right there. We love having you here, gang. And for those of you who are Little House on the Prairie fans, or you're just fans of our show, it's great to have you here. We will keep the porch light on for you. I thank you for your time this time. Till next time, I am your host, Jim Masters. Don't go anywhere. Another incredible episode is coming up right here next on the Jim Masters Show. We've got episode after episode of great guests. Also, you can binge watch, for those of you who are new, who didn't know you can do this, you can binge watch hundreds of episodes, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, almost 2,000 episodes of our series right here. Some of your favorite guests from Hollywood and Broadway, TV, film, music, stage, every aspect of life are there. And you can also follow us right here on social media. Follow the Jim Masters Show. Follow me at Jim Masters TV. Also on Twitter, now called X, and Instagram, all at Jim Masters TV as well. And if this was your first time watching, we welcome you to the Jim Masters Show experience. It's really cool, and it's great to have you here. Spread the word about our show. And for all of our faithful who comment, who are always here day in and day out, we have a big fan base of folks who never miss an episode of JMS, or they'll catch it in the archives. Thank you for your loyalty, your continued support and love of our show. It's unique. It's a celebrity talk show series, an entertainment show and series and podcast that is free-flowing and brings you in, and we have a good time together. So we welcome all the newbies, and we welcome all who have been with us, all the faithful lovedies who come and stop by. And drop us a note. Let us know that you're out there, and we would love that. One last time, Jennifer, thank you very much for being here. This was her first time on the Jim Masters Show. We'll have her back as well. And you come back to see us as well here on the show. We'll keep that porch light on for you. Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned. Another great episode comes up. Lots of episodes to check out. And until then, be well. Take care of one another. Love one another. Do the same for yourself. We try to say that all the time. And come see us again. I'll be right here waiting for you in Lovely Hall and the Jim Masters Show. Little House of the Prairie. Unbelievable. Over 50 years of great television celebrated here on JMS. Loved it. Jennifer was great. We'll see you soon. All right. Be well, everybody. Thanks for being with us, and cheers.